Welcome to the channel. My name is Coach and I'm your go-to source for everything relating to NXT most of the time. And today we're talking about NXT Deadline, which honestly, I'm just gonna tell you now, it was a 10 out of 10 pay-per-view in my opinion. And let's just start with the beginning of the show. Oba Femi successfully defeats Ricky Sainz and he's now your new NXT champ. Thank God. Recently on SmackDown, you guys know I don't really watch the main roster. It was announced that whoever wins this match between Ricky Sainz and Oba Femi will challenge Cody Rhodes at Saturday night's main event, which by the way I am going to cover it since it's gonna have a lot of NXT involvement, so it just makes sense that I cover it. But I'm so happy Oba Femi wins because it felt like Ricky Sainz winning was a very natural decision because, you know, Ricky Sainz, Cody Rhodes kind of had that connection. We all know that. But I just wanted Oba Femi to win because Ricky Sainz' NXT champ just didn't work for me. And I missed having Oba Femi as champ. Now, it sucks because it means he's probably not getting called up immediately. Especially with what happened at the end of the show. We will get to that at the end of this video. But yeah, I'm just happy Oba Femi wins. I mean, you know, he's just the best thing going on NXT right now outside of the women's division. And I'm just happy. He's my favorite wrestler right now. So I don't know what more to say to you that Oba Femi winning is just, it's the ultimate happiness for me. But let's talk about the first Iron Survivor, which is the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge. In my opinion, this was much better than the Men's Iron Survivor. There was a lot more going. Kalani Jordan and Jordan Grace constantly being at each other was very entertaining. So Ruka coming out and then getting attacked, her leg getting hurt by Kalani Jordan, and then she had to go back and then come back later. There was a lot going on. It was very entertaining, but it was all very well booked. And the winner is Kendall Gray, which was not who I expected at all. I said Lola Vice makes the most sense because everybody else had something going. I would have, you know, Kendall Gray would have probably been last on my list, and I'm very happy with this decision. I low-key would like it if she wins the NXT Women's Championship. If she can hold the Evolve Women's Championship and the NXT Women's Championship. It seems like they're really pushing her because not only does she get a lot of TV time on NXT, she's pretty much the main character outside of Callie Armstrong and Jackson Drake on Evolve. So, you know, I would like to see that. I think having her be a double champion would not only bring a lot of eyes to Evolve, I feel like she's ready for that because like her growth has been insane. But about the rest of the people, Kalani Jordan and Jordan Grace keep brawling backstage later on in a segment. That's cool. And so Ruka and Kendall Gray do have a kind of a confrontation. And I don't believe it's going to be Kendall Gray versus So Ruka. It's probably going to be Ren Sinclair versus So Ruka. Because So Ruka is challenging Bailey, I believe, at Saturday night's main event. So that should be interesting. And they're not going to have her lose to Kendall Gray. So she's probably going to get a victory over Ren Sinclair. But that should be a good match. Ethan Page then defends the NXT North American Championship against Mr. Iguana. And man, Mr. Iguana is so entertaining. It sucks that they don't have him on NXT. Someone else on my video recently said that they don't understand why I'm not good with Mr. Iguana. And the reason is he does not appear on NXT. I said that on my good friend EOD33 Wrestling Hub's channel the other day when I watched his live stream. You guys should go subscribe to him. He basically said the same thing, right? I love Mr. Iguana, but the fact that he's not on NXT makes it very difficult to buy into his story. Like, sure, he has the whole feud going on in AAA with Ethan Page, but on NXT, you know, I don't see that. We don't get that, so we can't buy into that feud. Me, personally, I don't watch AAA all that much. I only tune in occasionally, so I'm not up to date with that. So the fact that this feud is largely a AAA feud happening on NXT pay-per-view, it's fine. It's just not for me. The match though was good. Mr. Iguana is very funny. I like that. I really hope he sticks around in NXT because I feel like he would do a lot for the men's division. But it is Ethan Page that retains the championship. I'm very happy for him. I believe he's 4th all-time in longest reigns for the NXT North American Championship, which is great. Honestly, his reign has been one of the better reigns in WWE in the last while. So much credit to him. I can't believe I was like a year ago, I was not sure about the guy. I'm 100% sure about him now. We then also had Tatum Paxley versus Izzy Dame in another banger of a match, which surprisingly, Izzy Dame won. I say surprisingly, but I was the one that predicted Izzy Dame is gonna win. So, well, I didn't predict it. I was hoping she's gonna win, even though I expected Tatum Paxley to win. Doesn't matter. I'm happy Izzy Dame wins. I feel like this feud is far from over. I feel like this was just the start, but so much coolness happening in the match. This was a very story-driven match, and I generally prefer that over just a normal action-based match. Kill me about it. But yeah, it was good. I especially liked the fact that this does more for Izzy Dame than it does for Tatum Paxley. Tatum Paxley has lost a lot of major matches and hasn't lost any momentum. Izzy Dame is slowly on the rise now, and she needs this a whole lot more than Tatum Paxley. Tatum Paxley is gonna be fine. At the end of this feud, she's probably gonna get one up over Izzy Dame. Hell, Tatum Paxley might be ready for the main roster. I wouldn't be surprised about that. Regardless, Izzy Dame wins. I don't know what's next for Izzy Dame. I'm just happy she got this victory because it does mean a lot for her. The culling is surprisingly very interesting, especially compared to how they started out. And then the main event, which was the Men's Iron Survivor Challenge. Javon Evans and Leon Slater started the match. Miles Bourne was third, then was Dion Lennox, and finally it was Joe Henry. Another really good match. I enjoyed this match a whole lot. I feel like it kind of retreaded the same storyline steps as the first match, with Javon Evans at the last moment picking up the victory, which was good. I am happy with Javon Evans winning. I am totally cool with that. I wanted Leon Slater to win, but Javon Evans, he makes the most logical sense. Unfortunately, I just feel like this wasn't as good as the women's match, and that's fine, right? The talent in the women's match was way superior to the talent in the men's match, and that is no diss to the men's division, or the men in this match. They're really talented. I just didn't feel that into it. Regardless, Javon Evans wins. Very happy with this result. I'm excited for this match. I feel like this might be where Oba Femi loses and Javon Evans finally gets that victory over him. I do though feel that the fact that, Javon Evans isn't the guy to dethrone Oba Femi kind of sucks. So you already had Ricky Saints defeat Oba Femi, and although Ricky Saints is not champion now and Oba Femi is, you kind of already had Ricky Saints do that. So afterwards, after the match, Javon Evans and Oba Femi have a confrontation. Lights go out. Tony D'Angelo is back, looking a lot more rugged than before, and he lays out Javon Evans, has a stare down with Oba Femi. And I also realized here that Tony D'Angelo is also someone that has defeated Oba Femi before, and with how he looks now, he looks a lot more intimidating. So I am curious to see where that goes. If we're looking at it from a perspective, we have a Javon Evans feud and a Tony D'Angelo feud for Oba Femi and his second reign with championship. So he might be in for a really good reign depending on how long he has it. But yeah, I do kind of want Javon Evans to just win that championship and Oba Femi go to the main roster. I feel like that would be best for everyone. And then you can have a Javon Evans and Tony D'Angelo feud for the championship there. I feel like that should be the route they go. But who knows? NXT always just throws my expectations into the trash and somehow makes it work. So again, I already gave the review at the very beginning. I feel like this was a 10 out of 10 pay-per-view. I enjoyed all the matches. I was happy with every single result. I just sat down and enjoyed this pay-per-view an extreme amount, so I can't complain. And sorry if this review is a bit short. I guess the show was just not short, but it wasn't a very long show and there wasn't too much to talk about except the 5 match results. So if you like this review, leave a like, subscribe. I cover TNA, NXT, and Evolve every single week, including all their pay-per-views. I'm also going to cover Saturday night's main event because it has a major NXT influence over it. So yeah, you should tune into that. I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye, everyone.